Yo, what up? Long time no see. Finally got back in Oklahoma from traveling. Just been getting settled and, getting everything around. Trying to get a job that's not door dashing so I can give my car a break and, do something else. I'm a little behind on my books, both on the amount I'm reading this year and on my videos. I'm like 4 videos behind, I think. But I got Frank McCourt, Teacher Man. I finished this a month or 2 ago. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. Anybody that wants to become a teacher or is considering being a teacher, especially an English teacher, should definitely read it. I really enjoyed it. His writing style, super easy to get into, and next thing you know, you're like 50 pages in. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because at one point he hits a student, like with his first or second year, he hits a student in the face with a newspaper, and then he ends up cheating on his wife later, which I don't know, morally that just hit me the wrong way, so I felt like I couldn't give it a 5 out of 5. Maybe that's wrong of me, but I don't know, that's how I feel. Other than that, it's pretty much a perfect book. I really enjoyed it. He's only written 3 books, and all of them are about his life. This is about his teaching career. He kind of became famous, well, he did become famous from Angela's Ashes, about his childhood in Ireland, because he grew up really poor in Ireland and then moved to New York once he turned 18. Flashes back to his childhood a couple times, but not too much. I'm not sure how much he repeated from Angela's Ashes or anything like that, because I haven't read it. And they also wrote Tis, which is in between his teaching career and Angela's Ashes, I believe. And I also have a copy of that. He was one of the most common authors I saw at Goodwill's, all across the West Coast, which I was surprised about, because I'd never heard about him or anything. I got the recommendation from a friend of my aunt's, and when I was in Dallas, and so I kind of kept my eye out and got Angela's Ashes, and then came across this, and I just ended up reading this first. It was a great read. It's funny, it's entertaining, it has great writing, great prose. He lived his whole life and taught 30 years in New York, and ended up being a teacher of the year. And it's just kind of funny how he stumbled into the best high school in New York, and then ended up becoming the best teacher there, when he was getting fired from jobs, and he was pretty much just at a certain point substituting because he couldn't get a job, and ended up landing a long-term sub gig at the biggest or best New York high school, and then they ended up wanting him to stay, so, which is pretty amazing. He lived his whole life and taught 30 years before he ever wrote a book, because he taught creative writing at the high school. Yeah, so everyone was wondering why he had never written anything if that's what he taught. And so after he retired, he decided to write a book, and that was Angela's Ashes, which ended up winning the Pulitzer Prize, launched him into an international spotlight. So after that, he wrote Tis and then Teacher Man, so this is the third, and, considered kind of a trilogy, but you don't have to read them in order. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything reading this one, but I definitely plan on getting to his other 2 books. It was great, definitely recommend it. 4.5 out of 5. Go check it out. I got a few other reviews coming soon. I got Death in Venice by Thomas Mann, Haunting of Hill House from when I read during Halloween by Shirley Jackson, and then Pedro Paramo by Juan Rufo, who I also read for Halloween. That's probably the next one I'll do, just because it's the one I feel like talking about next. And yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Peace.